Good evening. So I'm back for another week of Ask Ashley. And this week's topic, I'm giving reviews of the high protein ice creams that are on the market. Kind of excited about this topic because I just tried a new one yesterday that hadn't heard of before, and it's might be my new favorite. So I'm gonna start with just giving a little caveat about these high protein ice creams to keep in mind that although they say they're high in protein, they still have a carbohydrate count to keep an eye on because the container might only be 240 to 300 some calories for the whole pint, but multiply that carbohydrate serving size and it's going to get you probably to maybe about a half of what you should be eating in carbs for that full day. So keep that in mind and just don't think just because it's low calorie means that you don't need to pay attention to all of the other macronutrient factors that are part of it. And also be mindful of the sugar. Make sure that it's not high in sugar or other or artificial sugars that aren't good for you as well. So starting out with a brand called Arctic Zero. And unfortunately, I don't have the containers to show you each one. I don't want you all to think I eat ice cream just on a too so often that I have all of these containers just laying around. So Arctic Zero is one that is known for it has its probably the lowest calorie count out of all of the higher protein ones that I've seen. But with that, I think comes the low taste. It kind of tastes like shaved ice with some flavor added to it. So if that's your thing, then you might like it. But as far as ice cream goes, it really doesn't have that consistency of ice cream, and it doesn't give you that sweet flavor that you're looking for as a substitute. So, but to for those of you that are lactose intolerant, it might be a great option because it is lactose free. It's double the sugar of some of the other alternatives, though. So as I mentioned a second ago about being mindful of the sugar, pay attention to that because that sugar, your sugar intake is important to keep an eye on. So the second one, so for Arctic Zero, I would say not not my top choice, but if depending on what type of flavor you're looking for, it might be a good option. They do have a lot more flavor choices than most of the other brands, but I don't think that all of their flavors really taste like what they say they taste like. So the next one, which I think most people are familiar with, is Halo Top. I love Halo Top. That was as soon as I found out about that one after Arctic Zero, it was like Arctic Zero who. So Halo Top is definitely great, and you can get it probably at this point. I think it's at almost every grocery store. It tastes like real ice cream. It has a lower sugar per serving compared to Arctic Zero. Their claim to fame is that they don't have the artificial ingredients that other ice creams might have. I do think you're slightly gypped on the quantity that's in the container because when you open it up, it's usually not full to the brim like some other ice creams. So you might, and it's kind of priced higher, so you might be paying more for less. But as far as flavor, it has everything you're looking for. It has that 6 to 8 grams of protein, and the calorie count per pint. I think the highest I've seen maybe is 380 for maybe the red velvet flavor. I think so. Halo Top is definitely one to try, and you can get it from any of the grocery stores that Kroger, Whole Foods. I know I've seen it at Publix, almost everywhere. Another one that I think is not as well known. They have ice cream bars that I think are in every grocery store, but as far as the pints, it might not be as well known as Enlightened. And that one, basic to me, is almost identical to Halo Top. I do think some of their flavors have a little more of the, if they have like chunks in them, like brownies, or like the red velvet has some icing flavors in it, or the birthday cake has sprinkles. I think they've added more of the chunks for the flavor than Halo Top has. But price wise, they're about the same. And as far as availability, I have only in Georgia, I have only seen it in pints at Sprouts Farmers Market, and I'm not sure if it's anywhere else. So depending on where you're located, that one you might want to see if you can order it online if you're interested in trying it. They do have a lot of flavors, and I think I personally I prefer I like their flavors over Halo Top. But as I said, they're not all over the place like Halo Top, so it's a little bit more of a thought process behind actually wanting to go out and find it. So the last one that I'm going to review is one that I just tried yesterday. It's called Low Cal Light Ice Cream, and it looks like this. Um, it's the Simple Truth brand that you can get in Kroger, and it tastes amazing, and it is $2 less than Halo Top, which is a plus for me. I'm a numbers person. I'm frugal, so the cheaper the better. So I got the lemon cake version, which I just like that flavor. I've compared and I've had the Halo Top version of that, so I could compare it easily, and it tastes just the same. I think it actually is a little bit creamier than Halo Top's brand. You still have you need to sit it on the counter and let it set for a second because with less artificial ingredients, it freezes quicker. So it takes a little longer for it to thaw out to actually eat. But it, and along with Halo Top, it has the uh, factor that the quantity is not as much. So when I opened the container, it was not completely full. I will say the Enlightened one and Arctic Zero are probably the only two I've seen that fill theirs to the top. So if you're concerned with that, or if you don't want like your air in your bag, then you might not like it. But flavor wise, price wise, it's cheaper. Tastes good. I think this flavor actually tastes better. I haven't tried the other flavors. They do have like a birthday cake, a red velvet, a sea salt caramel one. So I'm gonna try all of those ones and see if those match up with Halo Top and Enlighten. But price wise and for what I'm looking for, it has the same amount of protein. Then it's a win for me. So as I've gone through all of these, you have Arctic Zero, Halo Top, Enlightened, and Low Cal Light ice cream. So try those out. I give my thumbs up to Halo Top, Enlightened, and Low Cal, and definitely Low Cal at number one for me by the price. Arctic Zero, you'll get the less calories and you'll have a little bit more sugar, but as far as flavor wise, it's a no. So there we have it. I hope if any of you all have tried any of these ones and you have thoughts, put those in the comments. I have not yet found a vegan or non-dairy ice cream that has protein in it. There are a lot of non-dairy ice creams out there to try, but as far as high protein ones, I have not seen any in the store. I've mostly seen recipes for how to do those at home. So if I come across any of those, I'll definitely give those ones a try too, because it would be great to have an ice cream alternative that has protein in it that I don't have to make myself. So that's all for today with my Ask Ashley, and I look forward to talking with you all next week.